Hi, good evening. This is Dr. Kalpana Rao, and I'm basically a lifestyle physician and also associated with a lot of corporates, hotels, and expatriates for many years. So today's topic, I find it's very, very important and very interesting, is the effect of lifestyle on our health. Now, lifestyle is not, I know it's quite a common brand, very popular brand that you have in the malls, but lifestyle is about our daily activities, what we do, our actions, any small actions, what we are doing day in and day out, and that affects our health. Many times unknowingly, we have no idea whether we are doing good or bad, and many times we know that this is bad, but then, oh no, this is a habit, and we just keep continuing it because we've been doing this all our lives. But I think it's time to sit back and think, because today the diseases, what we all come across, are lifestyle-related diseases. It's no longer the communicable diseases, the diseases that were there before. Yeah, what do you hear of people dying today? Yeah, that is cardiac issues, everybody's having diabetes, blood pressure, somebody has thyroid, somebody has gout, kidney stones, then you have renal failures, and of course, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, so common again, and cancers. The most dangerous and scary word, cancer. Yeah, and this is all lifestyle related. So what it means is we are responsible for our own disease. Yeah, it is not coming from anybody. Yeah, we are creating it. So let us start a little bit with the lifestyle thing. Now, as you know, 10 commandments now. So what I have done is just made 7 commandments of lifestyle. So we can just talk about this, and I can tell you a little bit about, all these steps, what has to be done. First comes food habits and drinking habits. Second, what is important is the sleep patterns and the sleep habits that we have. Third, very important again, physical activities. Fourth, addictions, because a lot of things that we are all addicted to. Fifth is stress management. Again, stress is one of the most popular and favorite words today. Sixth is leisure time. You may think this is not important, but yes, we need to have leisure time and know how to do our leisure time. And seventh is preventive medical checkups. That is also extremely important today. And these are the 7 things, and what we'll start off is the first one now, food and the drinking habits. Food, what do we all like? Right? What is the myth in our head? Healthy food means, no, it's so bland and so untasty. That's not a thing, Healthy food does not mean not tasty, and it does not mean that only deep fried, oily food is only the healthy food. Yeah, and the tasty food, you can have a lot of food, which is not. So what my advice to you is to abstain, maybe not, not to touch it, but yes, you have to know that these are the things that you cannot have. Samosas, batata vadas, the fast food, burgers, many of them, it's a daily habit. Even at home, many are cooking, the food, which is full of oil. If you ask the husband, and it's like, yes, my wife has made this dabba, and this is home food, and you check the food, it's much more unhealthier than even the roadside food. So one has to start off even from home front, how we are cooking, what we are cooking, less of oil, no maida, no besan. We need to abstain from all this. Try to be vegetarian as much as possible, and if you have to eat non-veg, then go for lean meat. Have chicken breast. And if it is seafood, then just avoid all the shellfish, avoid, the squids and prawns and lobsters. I know you would tell me like, oh my God, no, all the yummy stuff is to be avoided. But no, those are the bad ones. They're going to clog your arteries. Even fish is tasty. Yes, you can have fish, especially salmon, tuna, sardines. These are like mackerel, easily available. These are all the very, very good fish. So you can have this, but again, no use if you are going to deep fry. Everything is gone. even the vegetables, if you're having healthy vegetables, the spinach, crackling spinach is, I think, many people's favorite. Every nutrient, every iron content of the spinach goes away. So you have to know how to prepare it. It has to be with very less oil, just saute, steam it, and that is how you cook and get all the nutrients in your body. Eggs, again, a daily meal for a lot of people. They start the day every day with eggs. So nothing wrong every day with eggs, with an egg white. You cannot have egg yellow every day. Egg yellow has to be restricted because that's high cholesterol. So even if your gym instructor keeps telling you to have 7 and 8 and 10 eggs a day, I'm sorry. That's not right, and I think he is wrong. So you have to know that you cannot be eating whatever he is telling just to build up your muscles and then to have a healthy, unhealthy heart, a heart that is going to fail very easy later. When it comes to drinking habits, what is drinking habits? It's not just about alcohol. Drinking is drinking anything, starting first with water. Water is the healthiest ever drink. Okay. I have some questions over here, so I have to stop talking. And so this is Vikram Jadhav. How often should one do tests? Once a year or every 6 months? That's a good question, Vikram. Ideally, once a year should be enough. But then if you are having certain kind of issues like thyroid, or you have a high cholesterol, and I mean really high cholesterol, or you have uric acid issues, you have uric acid which is taking to gout, and you have diabetes, then probably you have to do tests once in 3 months or 6 months, as your doctor says. But otherwise, once a year for everybody. You have a perfectly normal, health, amazing normal results. I would say once a year, please do the test. Let me see, I do have another question here, but Pravina Khatale, what is your opinion on keto or paleo diet? Oh my God, yes. Pravina, yes, this is a fad for everybody today, keto diet and paleo diet. You know what this is originating from? Keto and paleo is like from thousands of years back. It used to be a zero carb because there used to be no carbs those days. So that's the kind of a diet where you are having a high fat, and this is very, very unhealthy. What you want to do is you want to starve the body of carbohydrates, because carbohydrates are the immediate burning. So now when you're starving the body of carbohydrates and there's no burning of carbohydrates, then you're trying to utilize the fats. But this leads to atherosclerosis. This has a proven fact. And do you know that keto diet, and it used to be used previously only for seizures? That is when they introduced this diet, is for seizures, because when you have a zero carb diet, then the fits and everything comes down. But today we don't need that, even for seizures and fits and Alzheimer's, that's when they were using it. Parkinson's. Today we have medications. Those days we didn't have. So please, whoever wants to go for keto and paleo diet, it's a totally no from my side. It's better to keep a balanced life, and you will lose weight in a healthy manner. Otherwise, you land up with a cardiac arrest with these diets. So now we have Prachi, who has joined. Okay. The question is from Manisha Satvin. What best lifestyle change for diabetes? Manisha, the best lifestyle change for diabetes is 3 things, the most important. Number 1, stress. Let me tell you, diabetes in India is stress-induced. So try to be happy, try to be stress-free. Things around you will keep you stressed. We all live a stressful life. It's up to you about how you are taking it. Every day there are traffic jams. Every day there are bad people on the road with no manners. But it is upon you whether anything is affecting you, even at home, outside, workplace, anything. So it's up to you how to manage the stress. Second thing is food. Yeah, extremely important. Diabetes does not mean only sweets. Yeah, not only sweets and rice. No, everybody says like, okay, I'm not eating sweets, I'm not eating rice. Yeah, what about samosa? Yeah, oh yeah, I eat samosa. Yeah, oh, but I eat that. What about chaknas? Yeah, but that's not sweet. No, anything deep fried, anything with besan, maida, all high glycemic foods are going to cause. So you have to be very careful about the food that we eat. And the third is exercise. You cannot escape that. It's extremely important. If you're a diabetic, 45 minutes of walk in the morning, 45 minutes of walk in the evening, or any form of exercise, whatever you like. Yeah, I don't mind any form. There's nothing like yoga or this or that. Whatever you enjoy, whatever you like, but 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes in the evening. These are the three mantras of diabetes. Yeah, and the fourth one, a small one, 7 hours of sleep. That's very important. Now I have Yasmin Khan. No, okay, that's Joy. Yeah, Vijay Shinde. Vijay Shinde's question is: dairy products are healthy? Well, I'm someone who belongs to the anti-dairy products, and I know that it is against our culture. Yeah, when I say this, it's like, oh my God, now how can she say that? Now how can she say no to dairy products, no Indians and milk and no, I gave up milk when I was 17. Yeah, and I have amazing healthy bones and everything. Milk and dairy products are not digested by us. What happens is dairy products, milk, has to be converted to yogurt by the lactobacillus, so we are stressing it out on our intestines. And then we have all issues of diarrhea, we have acidity, we have gas. Yeah, all these are the products of dairy. So we are not somebody, our body is not made to digest the dairy. So I would say abstain from it. The only dairy which is good is yogurt, dahi. So you can have curd. So instead of a glass of milk, you can have, less sweet or a khara lassi, or you can have buttermilk. You can have a bowl of yogurt in the morning. You can have yogurt with your cereal. You don't have to add milk. And if somebody is just so much of a milk person, no, I need to have milk. I need my paneer. Then I think, try to adjust your tongue a little bit different in the taste. You can go for soya milk, you can go for soya paneer. Now you have almond milk, so these are vegetarian milks and that can be tolerated. Yeah, so that's my answer, whether you like it or you don't like it. Yasmin Khan, I have lots of gas and acidity. What lifestyle should I change to overcome this? Yes, Yasmin, if you have just listened to me, so the first thing is, yes, avoid the dairy products. That is the #1 gas production in the body. Yasmin, another thing is, I want to know how much water do you drink? You need to have 4 to 5 liters of water. Even if you're eating everything healthy, but if you're drinking only half a liter of water, because many people find drinking water so difficult. So if you are going to be having so less water, you are going to be having gas, you're going to be having acidity, you will have constipation. So drinking loads and loads of water, and not teas and coffees. That's not the liquid which compensates for, for dehydration. It's basically pure water, and room temperature water, chilled water will again cause you acidity and gas. Another thing is, don't keep your stomach empty for more than 2.5 to 3 hours if you are suffering from acidity. Have some small meals every 2.5 hours. It can be a banana, it can be some small nuts, it can be just a small sandwich, anything, but then eat something. Avoid citric fruits and juices. Yeah, no fruit juices. You will find all this, helping you a lot. But Yasmin, if again you are someone with a temperament of stress and too much of thinking, the gas and acidity will happen in spite of everything that I have told you, and you will follow it, yet it will, because all the nerve endings from the brain goes to the stomach, goes to the intestine. So try to do some deep breathing, something de-stressing, and change your way of thinking and looking at things. Yeah, you will be fine. But water, yeah, water. Keep drinking lots of water. Okay. Can I see something more? Yeah. Okay, Lakshmi Rathod, which is the best oil for cooking? I don't know if you all have heard of blended oils, because not any single oil is good for cooking. Yeah, nowadays you have blended oil. Maybe you are not seeing when you are buying the oil. I don't want to promote any product or anything, but commonly what I have seen, in the market, you have Saffola Gold, you have Saffola Total. I have seen that, and if you read that, that is blended. That is a mix of safflower as well as rice bran. And if you want to talk about one single oil, yes, I would say rice bran oil for Indians and Indian cooking is good. But if you have a blended, a rice bran oil, like for example, Saffola Gold has a rice bran 80% and 20% is the safflower. So that is excellent and good. And some who are having more westernized cooking and want to go in for expensive oil, then I think in the market you have now olive oil with flaxseed in combination. Yeah, so, but this olive oil is not the virgin olive oil, because virgin olive oil cannot be used for cooking. So any blended oil can be used, but also it has to be less in quantity. Any good healthy oil, if you are pouring the oil, it makes no sense. Yeah. Okay, then we have, yes, Mr. Alok Singh. How many times can we exercise in a week and how long? Well, Alok, a lot of them exercise 7 days a week. Yeah, I would say like 5 days a week should be fine. Let's give 2 days gap for our body to recover. So you can choose the days whenever you want to exercise. And how many times a day or how many minutes? No, I think not more than 45 minutes at one go. So if you're managing to do 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes in the evening, great. Yeah, that would be really nice, 5 times a week. And if you don't find time, then just squeeze in some walking, when you leave from the office and you are going back home. So just walk it down, for half an hour, 45 minutes or something, instead of taking a rickshaw or, if you're taking your bike or car or taking a bus. So try to squeeze in the walking, but it's a must. It's really a must, however we find our time. But any form of exercise, 45 minutes twice a day, 5 days a week minimum. Ashish Mishra, can we skip our dinner to reduce weight? Ashish, that's a good question. I like it that you have asked about skipping dinner. No, I would definitely say yes to you, because most of them, they skip the breakfast or they skip the lunch, yeah, because they want to lose weight. Eat well, and you can skip your dinner, Ashish. But then the last meal that you must have is at least by 7. And it also depends on what time you sleep. If you're going to sleep by 12 and 1, and if you're having the last meal at 7, then skipping the dinner totally, you probably feel hungry or you will have acidity. So what I would say is, if there's a big long gap, then don't have really a dinner, but what you can do is, you can have a small soup, you can have a banana if you're not diabetic, you can have a small non-citric fruit in the night, or you can have a bowl of salad, or you can have some, some moong dal or some boiled, boiled lentils in a bowl. If you think there's a big long gap, you can have that, small nuts. Yeah, but otherwise skipping dinner is excellent. And this way you will definitely lose weight. Now we have Ashik Khan. If someone needs to quickly lose a few pounds for a special occasion, what's the best they can do? Okay, somebody's also put a laughter to this comment. Quickly, nothing comes quick, and when something comes quick, yeah, it's also not very healthy what is quick. But definitely that you have an occasion, yeah, probably you're going to be the bride or maybe the bridesmaid or etc., whatever. So if you do want to lose weight quickly, yes, what I can tell you is, I don't know when the occasion is, but if the occasion is after a month or month and a half or something, just get off anything that is red meat. If you're a non-vegetarian, no eggs. You can just go on purely lean meat, which is just boiled or steamed. See to it that you are having very less of oil. Do not abstain from oil, but extremely less of oil. Have loads of salads, loads of vegetables, have 4 to 5 liters of water, have lots of yogurt. So don't stop eating and don't reduce your eating. The only thing is keep having small meals. And the most important thing, if you have heard me before, is the dinner. Yeah, the lighter your dinner, the best way of losing weight. And exercising. No rigorous exercise, yeah, any exercise that you like, but exercise, yeah. This is all you do and you will definitely lose weight. You will have a glowing skin and you will have, a nice hair that you want to look good for the occasion. And okay, Ashish Mishra, fruits like grapes, mangoes can be taken in diabetes. Sorry, Ashish. Grapes and mangoes are a no-no because they come under high glycemic index. Yeah, so any fruit which is having much more of liquids in it, yeah, much more of water content, like melons, watermelons, all the different kind of melons, that can be taken, but you can't have, especially these 2 fruits are a no-no. Irfan Sheikh, we as a family have dinners normally at 10:30 p.m. Is that okay? That's not at all okay, Irfan. Not at all. Because if you as a family having dinner at 10:30 and I don't know, the metabolic, everything is gone, no? The body metabolism goes for a toss by that time. It's all low. So this is not ideal and good. You need to move forward, no? Or backward, I would say, like not forward. So by 8 o'clock at least, and then you need to keep a 2 hours of gap between your dinner and your sleep. So 10:30 is very bad. It's not just about you, but your entire family, Yeah, your kids or, whatever, your parents, yeah, everybody, everybody is going to be very unhealthy in the future. Deepali Sawant, what is the best food for bone strength and osteoporosis? Okay, Deepali, all calcium-rich food, yeah, that is very good. And of course, vitamin D, that is important. Now, as Indians, vitamin D, we all have a deficiency, and vitamin D comes from the sun, but I don't know how much sun exposure do we have and how much of the Mumbai sun is going to really give you the vitamin D. So you must get yourself, if anybody is having any bone issues, I would ideally say, please get yourself tested, especially for calcium and for vitamin D. And then accordingly, if you have to take certain supplements, you have to start off with the supplements. And otherwise, there are loads of non-dairy food which are rich in calcium and rich in vitamin D. Vitamin D, not much of vegetarian food has that. It's more of fish and lean meat, which has vitamin D if people are non-vegetarians. And otherwise, lots of beans and colored vegetables, all the leafy vegetables, all of them have calcium. All the lentils, the pulses, so you can inculcate all this as a natural form of calcium and vitamin D in your body. But I would really recommend that the tests are important. Tahir Ansari, what is the best stress buster? Wow, the best stress buster, of course, it's we ourselves and our way of thinking. But deep breathing, that's the easiest way someone can do, no? Your boss tells you something, or somebody in your family, or your mother, father, or your wife, or your husband, and you're so worked up and you just carry that stress, and that is harming you. The best thing what you can do is just deep breathing. I am not talking about pranayam, I'm not talking about any high-tech stuff, but I'm just talking about just deep breathing. It's very easy, you can do it, and if you're standing at the bus stop, you can do it, even if you are sitting in the rickshaw, you can do it in the car, you can do it at the traffic signal, even if you're driving. Yeah, so it is just breathing in and breathing out. that puts so much of oxygen all in your body, and it acts as an antioxidant. It's the best and the most amazing thing to do. And any form of physical exercise, that itself is a stress buster. So if you think that there is something ongoing stress which is there, just adopt some form of exercise that you like. If you have an access to a swimming pool, you like swimming, if you like badminton, you like playing football, anything, you just love just walking and walking, and you just want to walk in the park, you love dancing, anything, that's all stress busters. That's excellent. Excellent means excellent. And it also has a good effect on the physical aspect of your body. So you're always at an advantage, mentally and physically. Okay, so I think the questions are kind of over. So I continue with my talk. I had stopped at the drinking habits. Yeah. So drinking habits is loads of water. I want everyone to hydrate and have lots of water. That's the best ever drink you can have on this earth. Teas and coffees, please limit it. And if at all you have to have teas and coffees, then not with milk and the Indian chai. Or maybe I don't know. This is like a crime, no? If I'm saying that Indian chai is bad, but Indian chai is bad. With the milk and the boiling of the milk and the water and the concussion, it's bad. So if somebody wants to have, they can still have some green tea or just black tea or black coffee. I don't mind it. But if you don't want to, and if you can manage to take it away, take it away. That's the best thing. Fruit juices are bad. Yeah, then fruit juices. Okay, now I have again questions. Okay, I have Ashish Mishra here. Wow, I've just come on to juices and drinking habits, and here is a question. Should we take fruit or juice if there is constipation? Well, Ashish, if there is constipation, the juice is not going to help you. Juice is very unhealthy, and this is what I was just talking. Now, the fruit juice is unhealthy. You can eat fruits. Yeah, fruits is very good for constipation, but again, water. If you're constipated, 5 liters of water. Yeah, eat lots of fruits, lots of salads, lots of vegetables. Yeah, do no maida, no milk. Milk causes constipation. Yeah, lots of dahi. Your constipation will go away. And 7 hours of sleep. Very important for constipation. Sleep is also extremely important. Yeah? So Ashish, if you follow this, your constipation will come down. Yes. Now we continue again with the talk. Well, yes. So I spoke to just answered Ashish. So obviously the fruit juices are out, and what is it? When it comes to alcohol, okay, I will not say that alcohol is very bad, but depends on how much you drink. Yeah, and if you're drinking every day, well, that's obviously not good. But drinking once in a while, there's nothing wrong. But again, what you mix with the alcohol and what you eat with your alcohol, it should, it doesn't have to be only bhajiyas and mutton, mutton fry and chicken fry and brain fry or wafers and chips and French fries. You can also have your drinks with some salads, and the drinks can be had with water, not with Coke and Pepsi, because Coke and Pepsi and all related drinks are extremely bad and poisonous. And limit your drinks, because we belong to a country which is so hot, so we cannot be having so much of drinks and so much of heat in our body. So keeping the drinks, alcohol low, that is extremely healthy. We come to sleep patterns and sleep habits. We cannot be sleeping at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and we're sleeping for 7 hours, if that's healthy. So if you have a choice, then please sleep, hit the bed by 10:30, 11 maximum, so that you're getting up at 6 in the morning. And that is the biological timing. That is the one that we need. That is the one that our body needs. Yeah, not watching some serials and TV till 12 and 1, even though you can sleep. I find even a lot of kids today are awake till 12 and 1. Please, that is extremely unhealthy. Sleeping with biological timings is a must for 7 hours. Yeah, please follow that. I feel sorry for people who are doing night shifts, and sorry for people whose the work timings only get over by 2 and 3. They can't do anything. That is their occupational hazard. They have to work, and that is why they're doing it. But other people who have a choice, please 10:30, 11 is hitting the bed, and that is what you must follow. Physical activity. I don't want to speak anything much on physical activity because I've already spoken. Whatever you all like to do, whatever kind of physical activity you enjoy, you need to do it every day and keep yourself physically active. Yeah, just keep yourself active. Instead of asking the maid to get a glass of water or somebody to do something, no, you just go and do things on your own. Try to walk it out, walk the distance wherever you can. There's so much of traffic jams, right? So it's a short distance. Don't take a rickshaw, no? Or you don't get parkings for your car. So don't take the car. You can just walk it down. Just leave a little bit early, 20 minutes early, and walk it down if you think it's 20 minutes to half an hour. So try to keep on inculcating physical activities in any form, any time of the day. Any time of the day, but that's very important. Coming to addictions. So, okay, Neeraj Negi has again asked, I think Neeraj probably has not heard me, what is the best oil for cooking, but I will again answer you, Neeraj. Blended oil is the best oil for cooking. So, and if not blended, then rice bran oil, as far as when it comes to being Indian, so that's easily available. But in the market, you have a blended oil of safflower and rice bran. So that is the best for Indian cooking. Otherwise, olive oil with flaxseed oil is also available in the market. So any of these oils can be used. But Neeraj, you need to remember that, have this in your head that even if the oil is healthy, you cannot use a lot. Half a kg or half a liter, whatever you call, half a liter of oil per person per month. That is the oil content that has to be used any time of the day, any time of the night. And it is not about only that is the oil cooked at home. That is what oil you are consuming even if you're eating outside food. So half liter of oil per person per month is supposed to go in the body, not beyond that. I hope you're happy with my answer, Neeraj. So now we come to addictions. So any addiction is bad. Yeah? We know that addiction term itself is bad. So we have addictions like smoking, drinking alcohol, tobacco. I mean, that's like really bad. Yeah, so all these addictions are like really, really bad. So I will say that one can just abstain from all this. There is no cutting down, but that's totally abstaining from all this. We have Sarika over here with the question, is alcohol harmful? Sarika, I will again repeat this when I spoke about alcohol, that alcohol is not, I will not say that alcohol is really harmful, but again, it's about how you have it and how much you have it. So if you're having alcohol just socially or just over the weekend and once in a while, nothing wrong. And if your alcohol is not like taken by the shots and you take your vodkas and you have all this high kind of 42% alcohol like Scotch whiskey, then that is harmful to the body. If you're taking something small, taking it with lots of water, then it is fine. Or alcohol which has only 4.2 or 6 or 8%, and then also depending on what you're eating and drinking. And when you are drinking or if you are having alcohol, see to it that you're also drinking water in between. So that way you're not dehydrating yourself, because hydration and water in between alcohol is very important. So how much alcohol you drink, that much water in between. If you follow those, great. But if somebody is addicted to alcohol and cannot stay away from alcohol, then I would say give up alcohol completely and totally. Don't touch alcohol, because that is called as an alcoholic. So, wow, I was talking about addictions and now there was things on addiction. So the addiction topic is done. Stress management, that's again extremely important. All of us are so stressed out today. And as the way I discussed, and I spoke before answering a question, so deep breathing is the best stress buster, because you can't do anything else beyond it. That can be anywhere. Yoga, of course, yoga and meditation, if people like it, they can do it, because that is again amazing and excellent. And I feel that changing your perception, changing the way you think in your life, forgive and forget. That is the best thing. You keep something in you, somebody says something to you every time. We're going to have that at work, we're going to have that in the family, at home. You need to just take it away from you, and not take it to your heart. Okay, we have another question here. Dipali, how can we recover vitamin D and B12 deficiency in women? Okay, Dipali, B12 is normally deficient in vegetarians. Yeah, because B12 is usually present in non-veg, in a lot of non-veg food. But I think that even vegetarians can have a good B12 if you are having all your vegetables cooked in the right way. A lot of vegetables have to be cooked half raw, not fully boiled. We boil vegetables and you never ever add water to vegetables. Yeah, so always cook vegetables in a steamed way. Yes, so then every nutrient is retained, so that way we can have the B12, have loads of salads. Yeah, so in those manners you can have, and again vitamin D, the question you asked me, it's again present only in a lot of fish and seafood. So if someone really has a low B12 and vitamin D, then I think you must take for some time oral B12 and oral vitamin D. Usually vitamin D is taken once a week dosage and vitamin B12 is taken once a day. So do your test, see how, and it doesn't matter women or men, vitamin D and B12 can be for either any gender. So do your test, see how low you are, and depending on that you would take this and then keep it on a maintenance basis, a maintenance dose, because you're not able to get that from your food. So that's the only thing. Many a times you have to take orally. There's another question now, Vishali More. I do night shifts. What's the best I can do to have a good lifestyle? Wow, Vishali. Night shift. Hats off to all of you, who are doing night shifts. It's really tough. Now, my advice is, of course, that itself is harming you because you are being awake in the night and going against the biological clock. So what I would say is, you're doing night shifts, of course, you have to eat that time. So just eat everything light, even though you're hungry, because I know that you are working. It's a day for you like everyone else. It's a night and they're sleeping. But you need to keep yourself having just extremely light food, just soups and salads. Go very easy on your carbs. Don't have so much of carbs unless you are doing a very physical job. Away from anything that is fattening, and drinking loads and loads of water. Yeah, and taking, if you're in a sedentary thing in the night, just taking some small walks and everything. And once you finish your night shift, maybe you are exhausted and tired, but then try to take a 45 minutes of walk and then you reach home. Or what you can do is when you reach home and you want to eat something, after reaching home, then you take a 45 minutes of walk. Don't sleep immediately. Or if you can manage to eat at work, and then you take a 45 minutes of walk when you reach home and then sleep. That is the best that I can tell you. And when you get up, please eat something. Drink 2 to 3 glasses of water and immediately eat something, because that is your morning. It doesn't matter whatever time of the day it is. So immediately eat something and eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Abhijit Patel, good afternoon, ma'am. I'm having 3 to 4 eggs daily in the night around 10 p.m. Is it okay for health, or should I change the timing? Oh my God, Abhijit, I think you need to really stop it. Yeah, you really need to stop it. No, you need to change this. You cannot be having 3 to 4 eggs a day. You don't need 3 to 4 eggs a day. I think just three eggs a week is enough. Yeah, not 3 to 4 eggs. And if at all you're somebody who's so addicted to eggs, then you can have egg whites 3 to 4 every day. I don't mind, but egg yellow has to be thrown away. Otherwise, just 3 to 4 eggs. And in the night, no way. Eggs are a morning meal or latest in the afternoon, but not at night. no eggs after 2 p.m., 3 p.m. So just make your changes straight away, Abhijit, straight away. This is going to affect your heart in the long run. It creates heart blocks, which goes on for a cardiovascular disease that you will develop. Is veg food healthier? Preeti. Yes, Preeti, veg food definitely is healthier. I am all for it with a big thumbs up that veg food is healthy, but I don't want to say, make others unhappy, about that non-veg is not. But if you're a vegetarian and if you choose to have vegetarian food, just continue. You're doing excellent. Okay, so no more questions. So I just quickly just continue with the 7 commandments. So the 6th one is leisure time. No, it's very important to have leisure time. Today nobody has any time for one own self. It's work, it's home, doing work in the house and the kids, and no. You need to have time which is for your own yourself. If you don't have that, that is again going to stress you out. That is also a very important aspect of a lifestyle. So you need to give only for yourself 1 hour a day minimum. That's only for you yourself and nobody around. Yeah, so that is the extreme important thing, and very difficult for many of them to take that time out. So I would really want that everybody take 1 hour that's only for yourself. Do whatever you want to do. Stitching, knitting, painting, whatever, sculpting, just walking, just going, staring at the wall, staring at the sky, whatever, listening to music on your own, but this is it. That is your time, and that is needed, which is very important for health. And the last one is, of course, preventive medical checks. Everybody has this kind of a notion, that I'm healthy, I don't have any problem, I don't face anything that, oh my God, I'm having this or I'm feeling this thing, so why should I do tests? I meet a lot of people who are 45, 50, 55, 60 and have never done tests in their life. Why? Because I never felt the need, I never had anything. No. Preventive health checks are extremely important, starting from the age of 10 years old, because all of them are going through stress today. You know how school kids and everybody, and then you see all the fast food and junk food and diabetes and blood pressures at 13 and 14. So health checks are extremely important. Even if you don't have any issue, no problem. Once a year, yes, it's a must to do a health check once a year. So go to wherever it is. They have all these health checkups saying they will have something which is basic and minimum depending on your age if you are not having any disease, any problem. And if you have any kind of disease, any kind of problem, then of course you need to do it much more often. Like many times, you would just feel, this is just a woman thing, back pain or some, ankle pain and this and that, and somebody will say, oh no, you only complain about this. No, it may not be, it's probably you have an extremely low, dangerously low vitamin D, and how would you know about it if you don't do a test? Many times, you may be already developing diabetes, but you have no symptoms. If you don't do a test, you will not know it till it has already gone too high. There's something called as HbA1. So even if your sugars are not high, and HbA1 is a marker which just tells you. So a lot of things, cancers, the main thing, is cancers. A lot of tests that you do, even if you have nothing, and can catch. Because cancer is also not showing to you. Cancer doesn't show you. So many times when you're just doing a normal test and something is pre-cancerous, and it just is detected. So that's it. You just know then to go to the doctor and to have it all out, because you're just either pre-cancerous or probably you're just in the stage 1. And stage 1 cancer is not known to any of us. It doesn't show any symptoms. So that is why these health checks are very important to detect everything. You do a stress test, you do a 2D echo, and you see that there is a block. There is a small block which is 80%, not a small, sorry, 80% is a big block, but maybe only one. There are 2 more blocks, probably just 40 and 50%. So till now you don't have a cardiac issue, you don't have a heart attack. But what does this show? What does this show? That yes, you are definitely in for a cardiac arrest, after 6 months or 1 year. So now you don't have a heart attack. Now this test is showing, so that's it. Yeah, test is showing it. You know that you need to change your lifestyle. You know that you need to go and visit a cardiologist and etc. And that's about. Your life is being saved. So this preventive health checks are actually life saving, and also for our life, our lifestyle. So we can live a normal and healthy life. We don't want to go to the hospitals. Yeah. So if you don't want to spend a life only visiting doctors, going to the hospital, taking injections, taking treatment, taking pills, yeah. So what you have to do is have an amazing, healthy lifestyle. And again, what is very, very important, yeah, as an end note for everybody, be happy. Yeah, happiness is the most important and the truest way to a good and healthy life. You be happy, make everybody around happy, yeah, and that's it. We live in a happy world, yeah. So it all comes from within, and each one of us have to make an effort with that. We cannot say that, oh, this world is such an unhappy place. No, what to do? I live in such an unhappy place. No, it's all with us. So it all starts with us. Thank you so much, and for maybe listening to me if all of you are listening, and I hope I have been of some help to you in some ways. Bye-bye, and wishing you a wonderful evening and the rest of the day.